day. Thank you, Senator Blunt.
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar. I know that Senator Schumer is on a tight schedule this morning. Are you sure? Well, thank you, Senator Klobuchar. I'm glad to be here today, and I'm glad that we have the chance to thank Chief Manger for joining us and for the leadership he's already provided to the Capitol Police. The January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol was a tragic day for our country. Everyone who took part in that attack should be prosecuted based on their actions and plans. That process continues, and I support it. As we approach today's one-year anniversary of the attack, it's important we keep the Capitol Police officers and those from other responding agencies, including the D.C. Metropolitan Police, who were here within minutes and made an incredible difference in the ability to respond, along with the National Guard, federal law enforcement, and others who we really need to keep in the front of our minds as we have this discussion today with the chief. You know, the U.S. Capitol is our most iconic symbol of democracy. The whole world was watching to see how we responded to the attack. These officers were the true heroes of January 6th. They defended the Capitol and everyone who works here bravely and without hesitation. Thanks to their efforts, as Senator Klobuchar just pointed out, we were able to return to the Senate and House chambers and finish our work. We're able to show the world that when our system is tested, it will prevail. My colleagues and I are profoundly grateful for the Capitol Police's continued dedication to the mission to protect the Congress. It's our job to honor their service by doing our part to ensure that they are never faced with the circumstances they were faced with that day. The committee's held a number of hearings with respect to the events of January 6th. This is the fifth of those hearings. Throughout those hearings and in our subsequent actions, Chairman Klobuchar and I are proud of the bipartisan way that we've been able to move forward to show that we want to ensure the Capitol Police have the resources necessary to protect both the Congress and the agency's most valuable asset, the officers themselves. Senator Klobuchar and I introduced legislation with many of our colleagues on this committee, which passed both the House and Senate by unanimous consent and was signed into law by the President on December the 22nd. This legislation, the Capitol Police Emergency Assistance Act of 2021, provides the Capitol Police Chief with unilateral authority to request emergency assistance from the National Guard and other federal law enforcement agencies in emergencies. As I previously mentioned, we held a number of hearings on this subject and released a bipartisan report with Homeland Security and the Government Affairs Committee in June of 2021, which outlined several recommendations based on extensive interviews with key decision makers, firsthand account from law enforcement personnel, and the review of thousands of documents. We've continued to pursue more information on this issue. We've also worked with our colleagues on the Emergency Security Supplemental Appropriations Act of 2021 to provide the department with additional and necessary funding for salaries, overtime pay, trauma support, riot control equipment for all officers, and specialized training. Certainly, Chairman Leahy's leadership on that piece of legislation, along with Senator Shelby, made a big difference in quickly responding to what was the immediate need of the department after the increased workload and the stress of what happened a year ago. Beyond the work of Congress, the Capitol Police have been reviewing operations and looking at necessary changes within the department. We've twice heard from the Inspector General, including last month as he concluded his 11-month investigation in the department's preparations for and response to the events of January 6th. I appreciate today's opportunity to hear from Chief Manger on the security enhancements the department has made over the past year, the work being done to improve officer morale and retention, as well as the chief's observations after 6 months in command and his goals and visions for the department moving forward. 1 year after January the 6th, 2021, we acknowledge that there's been considerable progress but also acknowledge, and I'm sure the Chief does from his comments today, that much work remains to be done. We'll continue to work together to ensure the department addresses its critical needs and is positioned to be better trained, better equipped, and better prepared in the future. We owe that to the frontline USCP officers who protect members of Congress, congressional officers, employees, and visitors to the Capitol every day. We also, by the way, owe that to their families. Chief Menger, thank you for being here with us today. I look forward to hearing from you as you reflect on the changes the department has made over the past year and what work remains to be done. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Now, thank you, Senator Schumer. And when you were, I know you were busy with something else, Senator Schumer, but I did mention that your leadership in making sure we got a sergeant in arms in place who's doing a very good job. So